Hi Jonathan, today I'm going to present to you my second video project. So I decided to do it on the company that I've created for the first one. So just as a reminder, Discover Your Province, Discover Cycling offers cycling rides from the first Sunday of May to the last Sunday of September. It costs only $15 per ride, 60 for 5 or 250 for the whole semester, for the whole summer, I'm sorry. The bus will be leaving every Sunday at 9 o'clock from the pits of the Laval University. People will cycle between 2 to 3 hours according to their abilities and their strength. Since members must subscribe to the activity on my website before attending, I will be able to manage how many coaches will be required for each ride. And to ensure safety, there must be no more than 10 athletes per group. Yes, so the activities that I will offer vary for everyone, from the man who is still cycling and he wants to improve, to the old lady who just wants to discover a new landscape and appreciates the sun. Since I want to accommodate everyone in their desires and physical capabilities, many groups must be formed. So for this video project, I will cover chapter 12, which is motivation, chapter 13, which is leadership, and chapter 14, which is managing and communication. Okay, so for the chapter 12, which is motivation, in my companies, my employees will remain motivated since I will use the expectancy theory. In fact, the survey states that employees believe that their efforts will lead to good performance, and good performance will be rewarded. Thus, they will be offered attractive rewards. I believe it is the most appropriate method out of the four for my organization because I cannot punish my employees since I will not assist them during their rise and I cannot provide them an environment where they can set themselves the goal of growing within the organization because it is too small. So this is why I've preferred to value good performance. Furthermore, to make sure my employees remain motivated with the expectancy theory, I will have to find out what my coaches basically really want from their jobs. In other words, find out what they appreciate the most about their employment and what would motivate them to give their best for the organization. Indeed, it is different. It is very different for every employee. And then afterwards, I'm assessing the reward which they just told me and offered it to them in a clear and understandable way. Then I will have to empower my coaches to make their own decisions about their implication in my business and their behavior. The theory is pretty similar to the reality. Since my business is small and has low financial capabilities, I think it will be hard to motivate my employees with rewards which will satisfy their needs. I think the main source of motivation for them will come from their passion from cycling. I think that Discover Cycling, Discover Your Province will become successful due to the team spirit. However, I think that there are always some people who are more devoted, enthusiastic, and helpful than others, and I really want to reward these implications, which is why I choose the expectancy theory, basically. And there are three components associated to this method, which are valence, expectancy, and instrumentality. Valence is the desirability of various rewards and outcomes. Expectancy is the perceived relationship between effort and performance. Moreover, instrumentality is the perceived relationship between performance and rewards. As for my business, I think I will offer rewards according to the employee's desired and their performance. And if their performance exceeds my expectation, as example, they will have to be there always on time, smiling, and making sure that every athlete feel comfortable and included. The coaches must also remain extremely safe during the rides and then I make it entertaining to make it agreeable for the members of the Discover Cycling, Discover Your Promise. In reality, I think it is the best method to motivate employees. I think it makes it fair between everyone. Also, you may try to use the expectancy theory to motivate your employees, but you can perceive it like something else. So, example, the reinforcement method. So this is something different between the reality and the theory. However, it is also really hard for managers because they must pay close attention to improvement of every employees since not all employees has the same background. Therefore, one can put much more effort to perform a particular task and not perform as well as another employee. In that instance, performance is extremely important, but improvement and involvement due to efforts are worth as much. So this is what manager must pay close attention to. Besides, many elements must be taken into consideration to determine the performance of an employee. As example, with my business, someone can excel with the customer service but does not pay enough attention to safety. So someone else who is less performant but he is good in both of these elements will have a higher performance than the previous person, even though he has a beautiful talent in client services. So for the chapter 13, which is leadership, I will try to act more as a leader than a manager to benefit the long-term perspective of my business. Actually, leaders tend to do the right thing, focus on the vision and mission and goals of the company, be employee-centered, and be inspiring and motivating. I will be able to do so by being a reference for my employees concerning the behavior that I am expecting them to show, and by also showing compassion towards them. Furthermore, if I need to take a decision, I will always have to have in mind the basic values of my company. Yes, so what is different between the theory and in reality? In reality, is that in our society today, the economy isn't going very well. So I will have to be a good leader to attract employees firstly. By being more a leader than a manager, I think my future employees will appreciate my communication style and my openness for them. Therefore, I think it will be more profitable in the long term for an entrepreneur to act like a leader than a manager. To be a good leader, I will have to improve certain traits of my personality, like my desire to lead, my honesty, my integrity, my self-confidence, my emotional stability as well. These are the most crucial traits of successful leaders. And to do so, I will attend leadership trainings or conferences. I can also read books to become better at it. In fact, I believe it will be extremely important for me to master these traits to build a profitable company. And I also agree with the theory that these are the most essential characteristic to become a leader. In addition, out of the three types of leadership, the strategic, visionary, and charismatic, I will try to be a visionary leader. Visionary leadership creates a positive image of the future that motivates organizational members and provides direction for the future planning and goal settings. Even though strategic and visionary are pretty similar, I believe that visionary is the most accurate for my company since it is pretty small and it operates only during the summer. Thus, from one year to another, I have to keep the same values and goals. I also believe that my employees will come back in my organization since they will be motivated and involved. Additionally, my members will come back as well because I will create great prospect for upcoming years. And in reality, there are probably okay. Sorry, I'm gonna start over. in reality, I believe that there are probably more than only three types of leader. But I really think that visionary is the one that fits the best to my organization. Also in the theory, it looks really easy to choose which type of leadership that you want to have and stick with it. However, I think that in reality, it is extremely difficult because you always have to take quick decisions and react rapidly to certain events. So this also is something that is different from reality to the theory. So to cap it all, I think that what we've seen in class is extremely helpful to build a business and can be related really easily. I've also included many elements of what we've seen in class to my business, and these are things that I would like to apply in reality if ever I start a business. So thank you so much.